NFL free agency got underway yesterday. Actually, that's not true. No, it did not. Free agency does not begin until tomorrow, but yesterday did mark the start of legal tampering, the legal tampering period. And teams were legally tampering like crazy. In fact, they were legally tampering their asses off. And nobody was legally tampering more than Bill Belichick and the Patriots. I mean, holy crap. What got into these guys? It seems like the hood found a few $100 million in the pockets of that shredded hoodie. And that cash was burning a hole in his gear. New England agreed to terms with not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but 7 unrestricted free agents. It was the ultimate smash and grab, repeated 7 different times. Belichick did not just back up the Brinks truck, he threw it in reverse, it flipped over, and then he just started throwing fistfuls to anybody who wanted it. You want to talk about making it rain. And just keep in mind as I run these down, these are all reported amounts, and the thing that matters most is how much of the money is guaranteed. We don't know that yet. But damn, this old guy is chipping dudes off. Not one legitimate weapon on offense. Better do something about that. Tight end Jonnu Smith. Here's a 4-year, $50 million deal, Jay. No actual deep threat. No problem. Here's 2 years and $26 million. Nelson Aguilar. Still not enough. Hey, Kendrick Bourne. How's 3 years and $22.5 million sound? You got it. It's yours. Go buy yourself something. And somebody else. Whatever they want. And no, we did not get it done defensively either. And yes, we're aware of that, which is why we just threw some hellified jack at linebacker Matthew Judon. $56 million over 4 years to be exact. But even that's not enough. It's not enough because when it comes to getting to the opposing quarterback, nobody does it worse than us. Well, did it worse than us because we're bringing in Devon Godshaw. There goes another $16 million. Hey, you know what? I think I'll go into my ashtray. I think I'll go into my ashtray in my car and I'll pull out another $7 million and give it to Henry Anderson. Hell, why stop there? Hey, Jalen Mills, what's cracking, player? You want $24 million? You got it. It's yours. I mean, damn, that's aggressive. Or at least it appears that way on paper. The dude who never spends cannot stop spending. I mean, like, I knew it had to kill Belichick to suffer through last season the way he did. And to watch Tom Brady wreck him by winning a Super Bowl in his first season away from him. That had to kill him. But dude is acting and spending like he really is dying. Like his days on earth really are numbered. Like he knows he can't take it with him. Like he's spending his children's inheritance. Yeah, I know, clones. Better to be spending their inheritance than to be making out with them. Anyway, the truth is, as always, the truth is always going to be in the guaranteed money. We don't know how much of that money is guaranteed. And there are scenarios in which the guaranteed money turns out to be lower, and yesterday may not have been as aggressive as it would appear. But let me put it to you this way. Yesterday, they did agree to a reported $81 million in guaranteed money and signing bonuses. In the previous 3 years, they spent $51 million in bonuses and guarantees combined. So 3 years, $51 million. Just over 3 hours, $81 million. And he's not done. Because then the old man wakes up this morning, he rolls out of the rack, and he adds Hunter Henry as well. So now the top 2 free agent tight ends are now Patriots. They're throwing it back. They're throwing it back to the days of Gronk and Arenthal, minus the murders. Yeah, I don't know. I guess going 7-9 and seeing his former quarterback cruise to a Super Bowl and then get hammered on a boat after he did it was not all right with the hood. I knew he was embarrassed. I knew he was pissed. I didn't think he was that embarrassed and that pissed. And you know there's no way in hell the Hood wants to live that nightmare a second time. So the bottom line is this. They were really active. They were really aggressive. They're better today than they were a couple of days ago. But how much better? That's the question. How much better are they? Are they good enough to rip the AFC East back from Buffalo? Better yet, did they even do enough to jump back over Miami, who they were looking up at the end of last season? Time will tell, but the fact is, none of this is surprising. We all knew the Hood would come flying out of the gate, just as we all knew that he would try and sign anybody and anything with a pulse. But the issue for the Patriots is not who they're signing this year. It's who they did not sign last year, Tom Brady. I mean, honestly, wouldn't it have been a hell of a lot easier not to make things so miserable for him that he wanted to leave that badly? Because until you started doing that, he had no inclination to bounce. He didn't bounce nearly as much as you ran him off. That's on you, not on him. You made this guy so miserable, he had no choice but to find himself a near-perfect situation, which he did. And now you've been chasing ever since, and Brady himself is set up for another potential run this year, provided he doesn't all of a sudden show up like noodle-armed Peyton Manning in the end. And honestly, there's no reason to think he will, because unlike Pinky, he didn't have like 8 neck surgeries. So I'm sure the Hood is not looking back. But how could he not? You keep Brady around, and everything else is different. You keep him around, you're in the playoffs last year. You keep him around, and then you keep doing what you've done for the past 2 decades. And you've got a coin flip's chance of going to the Super Bowl every year. But you run him off, and you have, well, this. So, well, it's better than it was last year. Bottom line, still not good enough to run down the Bills. And you're still going to take, at least I would, Brady's situation over Belichick's situation every single day of the week, regardless of how much money that old man threw at it yesterday and what he still has to get done. Better, yes. Good enough, no. 1-800-636-8686, the legal tampering period. And they were legally tampering their asses off.